The Middle East stands at a fateful crossroads, for an epic battle is now underway between tyranny and freedom. And like all of you, I pray that the peoples of the region choose the path less traveled, the path of liberty. Israel has always embraced this path. In a region where women are stoned, gays are hanged, Christians are persecuted, Israel stands out. It is different. We have a free press, independent courts, an open economy. Courageous Arab protesters are now struggling to secure these very same rights for their people, for their societies. We're proud in Israel that over 1 million Arab citizens of Israel have been enjoying these rights for decades. Of the 300 million Arabs in the Middle East and North Africa, only Israel's Arab citizens enjoy real democratic rights. I want you to stop for a second and think about that. Of those 300 million Arabs, less than 0.5% are truly free, and they're all citizens of Israel. This startling fact reveals a basic truth. Israel is not what is wrong about the Middle East. Israel is what is right about the Middle East.
Mr. President, allow me to say that your visit today is not simply an official visit. I see in your visit the opening of a new chapter in the relationship between Greece and Israel. I say this because both nations have very ancient pasts, and both nations have their own philosophies. We have the prophets, you have the great philosophers, and even more so because our nations have a great future. I believe that.
איננו סתם ביקור רשמי. אבל בראשית כל אני באמת רוצה להודות לך מקרב לב על האירוע האחרון שביוון.
First of all, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for the last event in which Greece followed the instructions of the UN Secretary General not to let people who want to riot to come without inspection and without supervision. Moreover, we know that the present regime in Gaza is a regime which advocates terrorism, a regime which smuggles weapons from Iran to Gaza, and a regime which does not want peace. I saw that on the flotilla. It said, "Free Gaza." If Gaza wants to be free, it must say, "Let Gaza be free from terror." If Gaza will be free from terror, Gaza will be free. We left Gaza out of our own will. We took everything we had there, and without reason, we were fired at. And also today, poor Gaza invests a lot of money in acquiring weapons to threaten our people. We see that Greece, with its head held high, showed the United Nations that it's at its disposal. And in my opinion, you've also greatly contributed to calming the situation. And in my opinion, even in Gaza's favor, in favor of the Palestinians, and in favor of peace. That's why I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. I know that things were handled in a strict and legal manner, and that you were personally involved in it. This combination of respecting UN decisions along with a real approach against terror inspires respect, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I also know Greece supports peace, and also you, personally, and especially in your country. Even when we had our differences when it came to the Jewish issue, Greece was not anti-Semitic. You kept your respect for the Jewish people, and I thank you again for that. We seek peace as you do, and I know that there's lots of skepticism. Let me use my privilege, which is based on my age, to tell you that we don't need to be skeptic and frustrated. Peace has a chance and hope. And you joining the camp which tries to work against terror and in favor of peace has a valuable significance which we greatly appreciate. I just had the opportunity to speak with the President, not just about the relations between Greece and Israel, but also about the President's personal history, who fought against the Nazis at the age of 15. I think that it's an incredible story, and I think that the Jewish people and the world should know what Greece did It also explains what happens between us today.
שנלחם בנאצים בגיל 15. אני חושב שזה סיפור כביר, ואני חושב שהעם ישראל, העם היהודי והעולם צריך לדעת את מה שיוון עשתה. זה גם מסביר הרבה מה שקורה היום בינינו.
But they let themselves be conned into things like breaking into the homes of people who are working for peace, and we're still infiltrating groups. That's not America. That's the old COINTELPRO business. We thought we'd get rid of that, and Obama really needs to do something about that, and so do we all. Well, the FBI has all this money and all this need to prove itself. They have supernumerary agents, a lot of them without uniform, and they need something to do. So, that kind of thing will always promote the kind of extra-legal and illegal activities that the FBI is now doing.
The United States didn't become a police state overnight. There are certain communities inside our country that have been under siege from day one. And that condition was allowed to persist while the majority of people remained oblivious to the pain that was being carried out and endured by those targeted communities. Now, the FBI has deemed not only that peace is an enemy, but those who want to protect the environment are also enemies of the state. It appears to me that the state might be the enemy, and we must now change the status of our state.